evening. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. We are back in Helloran for Helloran Rising. Last week, well, Gus, why don't you tell us what happened last time?
So, after mine and Yorick's brilliant plan to open the magic door, I felt my mind expand so much that I could hear colours and I could see sounds. The doors of the universe opened up to me, but then they closed down again. Ah well, shit happens when you party naked. We then jumped through the well of many doodahs. See, I bloody well knew it was there, didn't I? And landed back in that tiefling place, the one with the fate and the great parties, but also the one with the underground den where we got rid of all those blood cultist weirdos. When we arrived, the place was full of bones, far too many bones than there should have been for the battle we had last time. And it turns out Bridgerist has been lying to me. She's been coming back here and killing and eating all the tieflings, and not just tieflings looking at the bones. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. We decided it would be a good idea to sneak out of the city, and after some cool chicanery by Miette confusing the guards, we got out and left. Only then we decided to go back in. Decisions like this really confuse me sometimes. What was the point of sneaking out only to go back in again? Anyway, I came up with a brilliant plan, as usual, and so we went to the inn, the good one across the square, and planned to go kill a monster so that the city wouldn't be scared anymore. I felt as though a responsible parent that I had to clean up Bridger's mess. So down we went, and Yorick and Melissa made a pretend monster head while I had a pretend fight with a pile of bones, finishing off with a lightning burp to blow the door off for good measure. While we were doing this, Bridger shows up, and I had to give her a telling off. That really hurt. But she needs to learn the right from the wrong. I will speak to her again, and maybe we can find her a safe place to call her lair, one where she doesn't have to fight people off all the time. Once we were outside, they got the mayor, and she said we were heroes and tried to give us a big bag of money. But that didn't feel right, so I had another brilliant idea, surprise, surprise, and told her to knock down the building, fill the cellar with rubble, and build an orphanage with the money to look after little kiddies. Now, of course, as heroes, we had to celebrate, so we went to the pub and tried to drink it dry. Don't remember if we did, but my head hurts this morning.
Marvellous. So, as you say, the evening was spent, for some of you, drinking and carousing. Others went off on solo missions and lost some personal possessions, but that's a thing that happens. So you eventually, unless anybody wants to do anything before the morning, we will skip to the morning. I would like some constitution checks for those that were drinking the orc mead, please.
Concentration saving throws?
No, constitution check.
Oh, it's the same. Anyway.
Advantage because dwarf?
Nope. The DC is slightly lower because dwarf.
19.
19.
Con. Well, yeah, fine. 18.
18. Anybody else?
Natural 1 for 3.
Yeah. Anybody else? Is anybody else drinking?
No, I
orc
went.
mead? No. Okay.
I went and stormed up to
You
my
did
room.
went off and sulked, didn't you? So,
Yeah.
Gus, Yorick, you're feeling a little bit sort of, bit fuzzy,
A bit of a...
but a breakfast beer should sort that out. Melissa, you feel terrible. You've never felt this much horrible sickness and pain in your life. If you even smell a beer, it will be the end of days. You feel dreadful. It is the worst thing you've ever known in your life, ever, ever, ever. If you weren't already emo, this would have turned you emo. So, as every movement as people get up and start getting dressed hurts. Your ears, your eyes, even your nose is just throbbing. You hate everything. So, it is morning. Welcome. What would you like to do?
Do you
I'd
want
like
to
to
get
have a breakfast beer.
Okay.
Agreed.
Have a lot of breakfast as well, of course, to wash it down.
Okay. You go downstairs. The Orc barman is. Morning. We could. Breakfast beers, is it?
Indeed.
Starts putting beers on the table. And breakfast.
Oh yeah, bacon.
Bacon will be along shortly. So,
Marvellous.
as he bustles about setting up breakfast for you, is there anything you would like to do? Is it just the dwarves go downstairs, or is everybody making their way down there?
Florian will be there. Up bright and early.
Okay.
I won't go down.
Melissa has decided that bed is the best place to be.
Okay.
Yes, we'll be plopping.
Were we in separate rooms or were we sharing a room?
That's up to you. You guys didn't really specify what you were buying into last night. I'll say you can have a couple of rooms if you want.
So I'm just trying to ascertain if I would see Melissa like this.
Oh, probably.
Then I would delicately reach out, tap her gently on the forehead, and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. You suddenly feel a whole lot better.
That's a cheat's way out, that is.
Yeah.
Florian could have done that, however, had the decision of he's never seen Melissa like this before, so learn from your mistakes. How will they learn?
Exactly. So, with Melissa feeling a lot better, there's still that lingering ugh sensation, but generally you've all had the long rest, so you can go down and get breakfast.
Don't know what's worse, the feeling or the magic.
Well, I can always leave you to it next time if you prefer.
I don't know.
The feeling's fine. It builds character.
I ain't trying to drink the dwarves under the table again. That was a poor decision.
Foolish endeavour, I think.
I'm not sure anyone could drink these particular dwarves under the table, not even other dwarves.
Well, we have had a lot of practice.
We have, but don't underestimate other dwarves.
Oh no. Some of those guys have been doing it for hundreds of years.
I'm sure Miss Sybil could show these two a good, royal theme when it comes to drinking.
Right. Oh, I think I better get some of that mead for my mum. She'd love that.
Yeah.
I'll scoot over to the barman, the orc, and say, Can I get like a flask or a small barrel of that mead? My mum would love that. I need to
No,
back to her.
no, you can't.
Oh.
Sorry, you drank the last barrel. I did tell you this last night. You
Oh bugger.
you did. I did say it was the last one that had come up on the boats from Silot.
Oh,
If you want more orcish mead, you're going to have to go to Silot.
Zylot. Where's Zylot?
Well, further west.
Right.
South.
I
Right.
don't know if we're going that way. Could we maybe pay for you to when the next time you order some to get like
Well,
an
that's the
extra
thing,
barrel?
you see. I've ordered, but no trade is coming up.
Oh yeah,
Maybe we should go and investigate. We're good investigators.
that's probably a good idea. No, that's another party.
I think it has to do with the trading waters being with Paradas now,
Yeah,
for the majority, it seems.
Yeah.
he's trying to hold the world to ransom for mead. What a
Ooh.
bastard!
That's evil, that is.
I
I
know.
don't think it's just for me, though.
What with the beer as well?
I
Well,
think
we've got local beers, but nothing's coming up from Silot.
Think we might have to go and fix that.
I mean, we would appreciate that because the mead is good stuff, as you know.
All right, guys, someone at the door. Back in a second.
We haven't actually been to Silot before, have we?
No.
No.
Mm.
So, address to the group. What is our plan? What are we doing?
I will stop downstairs and just sit down quietly.
Okay. Well, there is breakfast laid out and breakfast beers
Yeah,
if you so
I'll
desire.
sort of pick at it like a stroppy teenager.
Okay.
Morning, Chalador.
Morning.
So, what are we doing? I'm trying to remember what bits of my notes Melissa actually heard
I
about.
think it's information, really, isn't it? I mean, we know that Snow has influenced quite a lot with his deity, and we know that the accord is broken between, well, everyone. Depends which we think is more important to fix first, I suppose, or try.
Go for
It
it.
seems there's something wrong back in Daghold from the message that you received, Gus. You told us about.
I'd still like to try and find out about the rest of my family.
Well, what about another trip to the Hells? You know?
We should definitely avoid the Hells. Give her time to fester and get even angrier.
Do you have something that you need to do, Chalador?
No, I'm just here for the ride as usual. And when I convey an opinion, it gets ignored anyway. So point me in the right direction, and I'll hit something.
I think we also are just assuming that we have the well. Nothing else can happen, but Chalador still has this curse of mine, and I still have this influence over potentially bringing literal hell to earth.
You're so dramatic, Florian.
So essentially what you're saying is it's just a usual Tuesday for us, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, it just depends what we want to try and work on first. I mean, hell on earth would mean war between everything again. The gods seem to be wanting to make more power for themselves. Snow, the obvious reason, with the temples and floating temples and no trades. It just, they all link up, but which direction do we go in? What do people want to do? I mean, I'd prefer not to have this curse on me, but I don't think I get away with it, considering who my mother and father are. But at least we can maybe try and take it away from Trelador.
I mean, it's fine. To be honest, I am very confused about what's going on, so I am happy to continue bearing this for the group as a team player.
You know, the best thing to do, Trelador, is if you don't know what's going on, don't think about it. That's what I want you. It's really easy. Just don't think about all the big things and just think about what's happening right now.
Is that the secret of your success?
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
Not to think.
Live in the moment, man. That's what you should do.
Has my mail arrived? Sorry, Dan.
I was just about to say, when there was a break in the conversation, a small halfling girl appears in bar, sees you, and sort of beckons and gives you a rolled up contract and a small wooden box. Puts her hand out.
He already took my ring yesterday. Not impressed. What is the going to 24 seconds?
Well, you decide. It's up to you.
Give her 5 gold because I don't want anything else in my possession. This is a bear.
She sort of looks at you, and it vanishes into her pocket, and she's like, quick bow, and then she zips out the door.
Do I need to pat my pockets down?
You could, if you want to.
I think it's more a case she wasn't expecting that much, so she's running away before you change your mind.
Absolutely, yeah. You may have over-tipped there.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay. So
Better
you
to
have
overtip than to undertip, though, right?
yes. So you have a
Like, I'm
scroll
dealing with assassins.
and a wooden box. No markings on the box at all, just plain wooden box.
It's a wooden box of a certain size that we've seen a lot of.
No, it's a plain wooden box. It's about that big, about that high, about sort of that wide.
So not big enough to contain a crystal gem that's going to cause another temple to be raised up.
No, it's not the same sort of size as that. No.
Okay. Because I have one in my bag I can compare it to if I need to.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's completely different from that.
Okay. Sit back down on the table and have a look.
Okay, what are you doing first? The contract or the box?
Well, the contract, I know what's in it. I just haven't told anyone else yet.
Okay, so you're just going to open the box.
I'm aware the sensible thing would be to, check for traps, poison, such like that. But, no.
Okay, you open the box. There is a small vial with a blue liquid, much like the one you drank yesterday, and a note. It says, Blue Tongue, what a fantastic idea. Here's a tester. Please report back to any branch with the results.
Awesome.
If you want to, I've created this in D&D Beyond. It is called the... let me just see what exactly it's called. You can search for it, put it into your inventory.
Please tell me it's called the Potion of Blue Tonguing.
No, it's not. It's called a Universal Poison Antidote Potion.
Yep.
Add that into your inventory. You can reveal the details about it if you so desire.
Nice.
Are you doing this in front of everybody, or?
Yeah, it's going to be a Miette special. Like, she'll read the note but won't read it out. And then we'll, laugh to herself as she, has a look at the vial, and that'll be it.
Yeah. Should we be concerned?
Unless you want your tongue to turn blue. It is a conversation I had yesterday. It's nothing to worry about.
If you're sure.
Is this one of
Well-
those things when maybe we should just shut up and trust you to do what we...
Well, these people don't tend to trust me for some reason. They seem to think there's something suspicious about me.
I think you were quite trustworthy, actually.
Why, thank you. You're very
And
kind.
what gave them that impression?
Well, she
See
hasn't
what I
done-
mean?
It's not
Well, you
that I
have a-
have no trust in you. I just want to make sure that everything is okay.
Well,
The last time I received a box, it had a hand in it, so...
See, I think
Well-
she's trustworthy because she hasn't tried to kill me yet, so...
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I can try in a playful manner.
I mean, that's quite a low bar.
No, I'm quite content.
Very well. I'll turn around the box and show the parties. Like, look, there is no gem here. There is no temple going to be raised from this box. So I think we are quite safe.
Oh, I was quite looking forward to that.
What we may want to talk about, though, is this. And I'll call it contract.
Okay. To unroll the contract.
Yep.
It is a standard contract from the organisation for snow upon the riverbank. The current price for bringing his head to the organisation headquarters or any branch is 750 platinum. Now, when you were having a conversation yesterday, it was 500. It's gone up, which would suggest to you,
Overnight.
there have been some attempts that have failed. Knowing the way these contracts work is the more dangerous they are, the higher the bounty.
So I will be careful to drop my voice so as it doesn't carry across the entire establishment.
Uh-huh.
And I will just remark to people, it's like, if we felt like creating another false head to present for bounty, we could avail of this contract. For the moment, though, I think it's just something to keep an eye on.
I don't think a contract on that particular person is easily as fooled.
No. I imagine the guild will have slightly more discerning standards in investigating the evidence.
But the fact that there is such a contract suggests that what he's doing is not looked on favorably, which
No.
makes sense.
If there's a contract on them, it means that someone with enough money does not wish them to be doing that thing. That is all that it means.
I'm honestly not sure how to feel about it. He was a member of our party for a considerable amount of time, and I considered
just
him a
traded.
friend.
Not exactly the most sanest towards the end, though, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, he left to start a cult.
A cult which has now apparently got the most sway in temples, power, and stopping all trade from everywhere.
Have control over all trade. You have control over pretty much any settlement that would have taken that trade.
However, well, I say we, Madame Miette, could make this advantageous for the Wandering Gusts. There's no trade being done by water. If word were to get out, and the Wandering Gusts are now indeed wandering again,
It occurred to me that an overland route could be placed where the waterways have fallen off, but the problem is that I don't want to put my people in any more danger than they already are if they're seen as aggressive competition by the wet paws.
You also
maybe
have
we
to get
put two and
around
two together.
the cultural problems. Some of the cities will not let wandering gusts into their walls.
Redport would lose out, and we could laugh quite happily at them if that was the case.
Very true.
But if we were to go on this venture, they're distracted, right? With us, with everything, so as Madame Miette pointed out several times, information is key. Stories are key to knowing about things, so why not fix two problems all at once?
That perhaps we should go back into the midwoods and retrieve my caravan and start our own import business.
I could brew
Never
my
work.
beer. You could sell it everywhere.
It would never work. The dwarves would have drunk all of the supply before we got here.
Well, that is something we can always calculate for in the margins.
Yeah.
No, I have this.
It could be the world's first mobile brewery.
I have this uneasy feeling, and I don't think it's the mead from last night, that we're in the middle of this very big chess game being played between the gods, the hells, the dragons. And everything's just kind of stationary at the moment.
Yeah, but the way I sees it is so far, I suppose where we are is the chessboard, you're right, and each side has got their own pieces and things like that, but let's face it, we've upended the board on them a few times now.
Yeah.
And they keep trying to reset it using your parlance, of course. Oh, that's a big word. Yeah. So They keep trying to reset the board, but we keep upending the board again on them, and they don't seem to be able to reset as fast, and there seem to be longer and longer in between these events now. But
The way
And
I
that
see it
may
as well,
change now that the gods are all free,
but the
are
gods,
they all free though?
as far as we can tell.
Well,
Again?
as far as you've said, so your nice friend Remor is free. Reorx is free.
Remora, Reorx, and
Cardiac.
I was going to say our friend in Fog
Right.
weren't affected by the Accords, it would seem.
But now your Pelidas is free. His
We know he's free. We know his sister's free.
crazy sister / Florian's
Mother.
crazy mother. Sorry, Florian, she's a bit mad. I'm sorry.
no.
I have to tell the truth. I'm sorry.
We've
she's-
seen direct evidence of the Sun God,
Yeah.
but
And he was an interesting sort.
yes. But it's.
But we haven't seen evidence of the others.
No.
I would not be surprised if they weren't out there. I mean, we only know about Sun God because Florian reached out to him.
Right. But I suppose my question is sort of how do we work out whether the rest of them are there? Because if they are there, then we might have to factor them into our planning / working out how we can, not piss them off like we've pissed the rest of them off. Because
My suggestion is that if the Accords are broken, then the Accords are broken. If that held back all of the gods from our world, then they're no longer held back.
they're not. But who's to say that they're going to repeat exactly what they did, what got them into this position in the first place? I know a few of them seem to be a little bit crazier, but I mean, so far we've seen, apart from Snow, none of the other ones really do anything to interrupt this, and all of the dragons have stopped doing what the dragons did back then as well.
I would just like to point out that my shine isn't crazy or bad.
No, no,
No.
that's fine. I'm just pointing out the obvious is that I think we're focusing at the minute on the wrong thing, and we know that there's some people down below who want to get out.
Right.
Why don't we focus on that then?
My concern is that we don't want to be on either side of this.
We already are.
I already am.
I
Yeah.
suppose that I need to ask the question that I think that some of you are skirting around then, because I know he was your friend, but I mean, even you guys admitted that he gave you the willies when we saw him in that place with all the funky
Yeah.
temple things. So do you not think that we should address this before he gets even more of a hold on things? And I mean, realistically, he's already spreading his influence across the river. So do you not think that the fact that they're ostensibly forcibly converting people, that we should stop that from happening before we have to deal with a whole nation of those?
He has come to fully embody what all of the worst things of Dar. Forcible conversion, kidnapping, coercion, all of that.
But why is it our job to sort that out? Why can't the authorities do it?
Because we were the ones responsible for the release of the god that he's doing in the name of.
And that's because we keep interfering in things.
But if we don't interfere, does it mean
If we don't interfere, all hell breaks loose.
Well, someone else could deal with it.
Yeah, but
then it would take them, God, what, a year, 2 years, however long we've been on this? I'm just making up figures here, DM, step in whenever you want. Until somebody else catches up to where we are now? I mean, from
And at that
the
point,
names, what's his
the
name?
gods have themselves entrenched, and there's not much you can do about it.
I mean,
For
to be
instance,
honest, I'm confident.
No, so go on, you go.
I was gonna say, I am lost with all of this. I mean, I know I'm a simple, sword for hire, axe for hire, but we don't seem to have a focus. I have no idea what's going on. We sit around many inns and we talk and talk and talk. We go and do something, and it makes things worse.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to give me the?
I would
snappy
disagree
gist?
with you on that.
Me too.
At the last event of interfering, my people got a boon. We got some of our magic back.
The thing
And-
is, I think that if we had done nothing, if none of us had ever met, and we'd all not been interfering, things would be a lot worse right now.
Well, I think I'd be dead right now, and you'd have hell on earth.
Yeah.
But for Enza's question there, we've been through some things, we've done some things, and I think all of us have pretty much changed. But I can tell you now, with what we've done, I've got no problem of stopping Snow.
No, I don't think I would hesitate.
His ideals are miles
Let's go collect that bounty then.
I like this ruthless streak in all of you.
It's going to be difficult.
I know, but surely the fact that we know him means we could just get closer to him to begin with.
To put it plainly,
You remember the
Spencer,
friendly greeting we got from his temple guards last time, yes?
Yeah,
Yeah, just checking.
but we could get him in a room. There might be others there.
we'll need to think about it carefully, but we can do it.
I'm not saying let's go there and just walk into the temple and just
If we
see.
go there and say we've got something really, really top secret, we've got to tell you, it's really important, but can't let anyone else hear it. It'll take us somewhere quiet.
Exactly, and then Miet stabs him in the neck. Job done.
Yeah, but the fact that so many people have tried to kill him, and if you remember the last time that we were there, that he had multiple layers of security, and there were people watching his back at all times, and he was quite squirrely with you guys, even though that you are supposed to be his friends. He was a little bit squirrely with you. Gave me the willies a little bit, to be honest.
Well, we got a lot of time to get there. So maybe head over towards that way.
Maybe we should just
Hypothesize
burn
some more.
down the temple with everyone inside it. That'd take care of it, wouldn't it?
Burn down the temple of the god of water.
Yes, that'll go very well.
That's irony, that is.
Remember, Gus, you need to live in the moment and not think too hard about things.
Yeah, it's true.
And maybe on the way, stop at the Midwoods for Madame Miette.
Wait, are we going back to the Midlands?
Well, it's on the way. Pick up the caravan. Maybe open up the Wandering Gust again. Who knows?
They were already leaving the Midwood when we were.
Yes.
I mean,
They've-
trade. Nothing's going on at the minute. The problem you're worried about, and I understand this, Madame Miette, but if you put the word out, they make their own decision. But if we're gonna be going to somewhere which could potentially hurt them, but we can quell that.
You seem to be under the misunderstanding that we have some kind of centralized communication. We don't. It would take months to make sure they all get the message outside of a gathering.
Could be a lot quicker now. You got so many magics back though, right?
Yes, but those are protection magics, not for speaking over long distances. I will try to bring that up the next time I'm in a position to negotiate for our magics, but unfortunately I do not have those yet. I was going to suggest, instead of heading directly to Dar, we actually go the opposite direction, and we go to Silent
Yeah, let's go there.
to try and... My thinking is that we try to engage in competition for the waterways. People will not need the treading waters if there are other ways of getting their products to them. What if we were able to draw Snow out of Dar?
Horse's hand.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, but I come back to the point that I forget who made it, that we're dealing with somebody who wields the power of the god of water. So if we don't deal with that at the source, then there's not going to be much point, because from some of the stories you've told me, that he can affect the waterways and do pretty much whatever he likes. So if you start trying to build a trading empire, he's just going to wash them away, isn't he?
If it's underwater, possibly. But we can still arrange for a donkey and a cart.
I'm up for either, so
You get a couple of wagons.
Indeed.
maybe paint them red.
I don't think we need to draw that much attention to ourselves.
Bad player, Jake.
So,
Oh, I thought
what are
Joe
we
was
doing
just
now?
ignoring us.
Is this the group's final answer, or are we going to talk about it for longer?
Do you have
Well.
anything you want to add, Trellador?
No, no.
Well, you see, Trevor, it wasn't my idea in the first place. So we've
I
come
know.
out for the right idea in the end, haven't we?
Yes, yes, I know. I know we all doubt you, Gus, but yes, you really are the brains of this operation, aren't you?
That's right, I am.
Don't you know it?
Yes, I do. That's why I just said I am.
So,
Perhaps, Florian, you could see how many of your aunts, uncles are in the woodworks, other than the ones that you already know about. As
I
they
could.
are all in connection to you in some way.
I
Perhaps
was
we can
reaching.
use that to our advantage.
I was reaching out for a connection. I think that's why he spoke to me. I wouldn't want to do that just yet, though. Give away what we know to anybody else.
But also, your uncle might get quite jealous and smite you.
We have Remora's notes. Some of the descriptions seem more friendly towards some of them than others.
I'll think about it along the way, but definitely not saying no to it. Just not
The
at the minute.
only ones of our group who aren't beholden to some powerful being are yourself, Celeste, and to a lesser extent, Florian.
I would argue against that, considering Florian is in the middle of this whole thing.
Well, it's true, he's beholden to all of them. It's mind-bogglingly complicated, but if you ask me, I feel like we were all better off without the gods or the hells.
I wasn't.
Fair enough.
are you just jealous that your god isn't as good as ours?
No, I'm concerned about the damage the gods in this world could do. Especially if they've been caged for so long. I mean, we met Beladas. He was insane.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, mortals seem to have done just as much damage to the world without any interference from the gods, really. I mean, the gods are just more cataclysmic with it, I guess.
I don't know. I feel kind of directionless. To be honest, I think our plan with Salah and dealing with snow is probably the best way to go.
Celeste, can you roll me a d20, please?
I can, but I don't
Yes,
know
please.
if I want to.
Well, you don't have to, obviously. I could just ignore that part of the story and we can move on.
12.
12. Okay, good to know. Thank you very much.
12 minutes later. So, Salat then, I think Madame had spoken. After all, we are her caravan, right?
That is true.
Did you say
And
salad? I don't want any salad.
Salat.
Silot.
Where the
Salat.
mead, where the Arkish mead is.
Silot.
That one.
Silot. Oh, right. Okay.
I know, it's so
Silot.
funny, these guys, don't they?
They do speak awful strange.
Say the same about you.
So,
Whoever thought of a breakfast salad, though? That's crazy talk.
I know. Salad for breakfast has got to be beer and bacon, hasn't it?
My mother used to eat breakfast salads. She was obsessed with being down.
Yeah.
Are we heading off now then?
We've
Get
got to
our
go
stuff
find
and go.
some carrots, haven't we? Got to find some carrots and some horses so we can go and fill up with stuff and maybe.
Or we could just
Take-
hire them in Silot.
Well, we could take some stuff from here to Xylot, sell it in Xylot, buy some stuff in Xylot, and bring it back here.
And we're definitely not doing this just because you were worried about the trade of the mead and the alcohol coming here, Gus. Yes?
Definitely not.
Okay. Just make sure we're crystal clear.
Added bonus.
It's a bonus, especially as I've got to buy my mum some or she'll kill me.
Not to add more talking to this conversation, we've done a lot of it so far. But isn't there a river between Salat and Dorna?
Yeah, we'll just go over the top of it.
I don't know if there are any bridges between it. Across it.
I can look. I can make a bridge. The bridge is the.
True.
If getting over
Very true.
a body of water is our biggest problem, then that'll be all right.
I mean, surely we can use bridgerous, right? It's in a name.
What? What did you say?
I said, surely we can use bridgerous, right? It's in a name.
No, and stop calling me Shirley.
awesome. Okay.
Hi, Kim.
Yeah.
So,
a bit.
Oh, that tickled me.
okay.
So, Arson carts here and then head west?
I need to go and talk to our friend at the bar and see what's good for trading between here and the Xylot. And then we can go and stock up on that, take it with us.
Righto.
Sure.
I'll pop over to my friend the Orc. Say, right, we got an idea.
Right.
We're going to get some carts and some horses, and we're going to go to Xylot,
Right.
and we're going to take some goods to trade there, and we're going to get some goods there to trade back here.
Right.
So you don't need them boats anymore, do you?
I mean, it's a good idea, I suppose. If there was
What
some
sort of thing that's made here that would be good to take to Xylot for trading?
Well, I mean, anything that's come in from any of the other cities, because Silot's kind of on its own down there. So,
Right.
Cloths, gems, any kind of meats.
Meats, right.
Yeah.
Cloth, gems, and meats, right.
Yeah, that
okay.
kind of stuff.
don't worry.
Silot's like fairly independent, but obviously they want to trade with other people. The
Right, well, we
meats-
definitely bring back some of your meat with us as well. A couple of barrels to keep you going.
Absolutely. That'd be fantastic.
Right. So we got to go buy some cloth, some gems, and some mead. No, not mead. Sorry, I've got mead on the end. Meat. That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Strange fellow.
Right. So he says anything that's like comes from somewhere else because like they're on their own or something, and he said cloth, gems, and meat is good stuff to take down there. So if we go and find some of that stuff, take it with us, then we can trade it down there and come back again.
Well, don't you and Yorick have lots of gems?
Yeah, but they're not for trading, are they?
It's just decoration.
Just make us pretty.
Very well.
So should we get started then? Because I mean,
I think so.
Okay.
Right, who's going to do what then?
Right.
You
First up,
just make an exception for this one time and trade some of your gems. So it could be lighter and faster than getting down to Psylocke.
I don't understand what you mean. If I sell some of my gems, then it'll make me a little bit lighter. But, well, no, it won't, because then I'll have gold, which will be even heavier than gems. So that doesn't make sense.
If you use some of your gems to buy the mead inside,
Right?
would that be acceptable?
well, it's not going to make us faster get into Sylar, is it?
No. But it's also,
No, but-
the whole point is we're meant to be trading both ways so that we piss Snow off a little bit more, aren't we?
yeah, but I don't really understand the whole idea behind how trading's going to annoy him.
We're
Okay.
challenging his control. He's locked off trade and thus has a stranglehold over all of the cities. Every city's coastal because of the connections that the Red and Waters have.
Okay, but do you have a fleet of ships? Yes or no? Because if the answer to that question is no, you ain't challenging nothing.
No, but what we
I
need to
could
do,
make a fleet of ships.
what we need to do is set the example. Show people that they don't need to trade by the water. They can trade by the land through the caravans. Once they start doing that, that'll force its hand. I don't know if it's the best plan, but it's the one we've got, and one of the few times I agree with Trellador. I think sitting around and talking about all of this is just going to lead us to going around in circles. We need to wait for something to budge before we can do anything. Everything's in a stalemate.
Right then. Let's go and buy a cart and some horses and some goods to put in the cart and take with us.
And you have the coin for this venture.
I'm sure we can find it between us. I've got loads of gems, that's fine. I can trade some of those for a cart and horse.
I've got a bit of money. Let's stick with trading money first.
Oh, money. Yeah, I forgot about money. I don't know how much money I've got. I sort of forget about it. I've got a little bit, but only a very little bit.
Right, well, I am not much of a tradesperson, so I will recommend the dwarves lead the venture on this, and anyone else who considers themselves master of coin.
I'm not very good at trading. Never have been.
It's fine. We can do it, can't we?
Oh, of course we can. Come on, let's go find a cartographer. He'll set us up.
Definitely don't let us do it. It's fine. We'll have it all under control.
All right. Unfortunately, if anyone here, I think I've got the experience.
Well, you're going to go and find the cartographer, are you?
No, I don't need a map.
Sorry, in our cartographer.
The
We don't need
cartographer.
a map.
Oh, doesn't he?
We'll need to source some carts. First of all, yes, but we'll need beasts to pull them. And we'll need
Does that
to...
mean we also need to go and find a horseographer?
Also, I've never heard of an horseographer.
I'm really wishing I could remember the term used for someone who makes carts, because it would be brilliant to pull out right now, but I can't.
Oh, it's a carter.
Wagoneer?
Get some carts, get some horses, load up with whatever stock we're taking down there. I don't know what we're going to be trading. I prefer not to do gems if we can, but
There's some wood and some planks and some ropes and stuff for making the bridge, aren't we?
true.
As long as there's some trees nearby, I can.
True, we can chop them down. Yeah.
What we should do is we should start off our road, make our route from Dornham to Salat, build the
We're
bridges we
making the
need.
road from here to Silo.
Effectively, yeah, we'll need to trace out which route we're taking, make sure it's safe, and then when we get to Salat, we make our trade, and say, hey, there's a bridge that you can take to Dornham. You can take your goods and follow us, and make some trade with them there, and then you can bring your stuff back, and they may come back and forth as well. As soon as the bridge is in place, the road will form through people traveling that direction.
You know what else we should do? We should go around and ask people what they want us to buy at Taylor.
There you go. Just as you're discussing probable roads from Dornham to Silot, this is their location.
Yeah, I remember there being a lot of rivers around here.
Yeah, we only need to do one river crossing.
Yeah, pretty much. These rivers are bonkers.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm not a geographer.
A cartographer?
A cartographer. You don't make carts.
I don't make jogs.
And funnily enough, we might actually want a cartographer for a map of the region, if they do have it.
Isn't that what Florian is skilled in?
I'm skilled in it, but I've not been anywhere west of this region, so I have no idea.
Can't we
So
just
either
ask the
we
gods?
draw out our own map, or we find one that people already have here. Once we get things started, I think things will fall into place. As soon as we start these carts moving between the cities, we can then encourage that travel to go beyond Dornham and Salat, connect to the other cities along the coast. Maybe not Redport, they probably wouldn't take it, but at least connect these cities so that they're not cut off by Snow's policy.
I would like to go back to Redport and trade at the gates and charge them 3 times as much as the going rate for anything they want. But only if they deal with me personally. If they try and trade with anyone else, it'll be 5 times the rate. But that's something we can always plan on for retirement when we succeed at all this.
Yeah,
For my
once we've dealt
amusement.
with all of this, and our world is still the same.
Okay. Just as a DM note, some of you have messages you need to read.
Not me.
I'm suddenly feeling unloved.
Hey, you got love at the top of the episode.
I want a message.
You don't get a message yet.
Most ominous yet I've heard.
Yet.
Is our campaign really turning into
Let's build a
Civilization?
trade route. No.
yeah, let's build a trade route. This is
I mean, possibly.
What we should definitely do
our other option
when we're
would
out
be
shopping.
to, and you hear me out on this, our other option would be to not have us do the trade. As I say, my only experience is that I come from a trade family. Perhaps we find some merchants here who want to connect to Silot, and we say, well, we're willing to build a bridge for you guys to make an overland route.
But then we don't get to go to Silot.
Or something.
We'll have to travel that distance to build the bridge, and we can pop into Silot because the river is very close.
Very well.
We could even suggest to these merchants at first that we are willing to be mercenaries to guard them, and we could even take a little bit of coin. I nod notingly at Trellador. Along with that, as a job, and say, hey, we're mercenaries. We'll build the bridge for you. We'll let you do this trade to allow you to have freedom from the treading waters who have abandoned you.
When you look over at Trellador, he's got his eyes closed and he's deep in thought.
By deep in thought, you mean he's asleep and pretending not to be.
Could
Does he
well
start-
make an insight check.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's an inside check. With my +0. 19.
19.
Wow.
I wasted my good roll of the evening.
No, he's deep in thought.
I rolled one as well.
What do you get?
A natural 1 for 6. It's my second natural one of tonight.
Trellador was here a
My
minute
second
ago,
roll.
you swear. You've no idea what he's doing, thinking. Yeah, he is deep in thought.
Interesting.
So what does everyone think?
I mean, I'll just. I don't want to throw a swam in the works because
Yes,
this
you
is
do.
already too complicated.
Oh, I've got a great collection of spanners at home.
I've
Yeah, he likes polishing
been
them every night.
contacted
Right.
from a very annoying person.
That's everyone to you.
That
Was
doesn't
that a
narrow it
joke?
down.
Your sister.
Yes, you know me so well. She has a message for me. Apparently, Drummond is in a bit of trouble, and the whole forest has been uprooted.
What?
My father's gone missing, and my mother's gone on a bit of a power bender, it seems.
Is that
Right.
something to do with Lunaria waking up by any chance?
I have no idea, but do you want to hear the stinger in this tale? She asked me for help.
And you want to go and
It must be serious.
be incredibly smug towards
I
her.
mean,
She's
I'm
finally
torn. You know me so well. I'm torn because I don't really care about my homeland, but she asking me for help, and
I'll put this
Okay.
down to the door. Do you want us to head up to Drummond so that you could show up your sister and prove that you're better than her?
I mean, when you put it like that, it's very tempting. But
Because
I have no
that
love
is-
for Drummond.
That is exactly something that I'd be willing to help you do.
I mean,
Trellador,
Isn't
you must
Drummond
think of
just
the revenge. You must think about the warming feeling it will give you to know that you're better than your sister and that
oh
you can
well, I
rub it
know
in the
that.
Plus, it's where we can get some information from about other guards and what's going on.
And we can talk to Lunaria, and we may
Oh.
even be able to find something about Celeste.
Hold on,
But-
there's too many people talking. She's talking to me again. I mean, this is what wizards and mages do. Okay, she needs an answer. Apparently, people are dying or some shit.
Okay, yeah, I think we should go up there and
Drummond
investigate.
is
Drummond
Um,
is
I mean, isn't Celeste's thing in Drummond as well?
It may well be. I mean, it's the only place I know elves to be from here.
Okay, so we're doing it for her, really. Again,
doing it for
me
her,
being a
and-
team player.
Whilst we're there, we'll pop in and you can
This
show
has
up your
nothing
sister.
to do with me.
I mean, I haven't been.
Didn't appear anywhere near the elves.
You
Yeah,
are an elf,
but
though.
you said that your family ran.
Yes, and
As well.
judging by the fact that I got my mother's hand in a box, they were taken. And not
Possibly.
by the
But
elves.
if oh god, I've forgotten his name.
Dork.
Lork.
Look,
If Lork is dead, he has no hold over them. And he was an elf as well, was he not? So
he was a
Where
lich.
better-
Who knows who he really was?
was he elven?
He appeared to be.
Appeared elven. If he was hiding as an elf to hide in your time, where better to hide than the city where all the elves live? At the very least, we can find some leads.
I am the most
also you-
conflicted you've ever seen me in this, because I
And
really
also,
don't want
Celeste,
to.
you command quite a lot of respect from them. You'll be able to give us some
Sorry,
answers.
there's somebody in my head.
Okay.
You were
Well,
saying, Theodore?
I just I can't remember.
You were saying you were the most conflicted you've ever been.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. Because I really don't want to go back to Drummond, but you know, I suppose my people need me, and my sisters can't handle it. I need to be the hero that they know I am, so I will reluctantly take on this charge.
Elador,
Yes.
I understand if you don't want to answer this, but are you the youngest of your family?
Yes. Why do I give off that youngest
No,
child vibe?
I can just relate. That's why I really want to see you do this.
You really are desperate to relate to me, aren't you?
I'm the youngest as well.
We
Oh,
fight a
God.
lot, Trelador, and to be honest, I'm sorry I kind of blew up at you last night. Might have been me, might have been just me,
It was you.
possibly. But I think we need to work better to get along, and
I will consider your apology. But...
I suspect that our families are more alike than we'd like to think.
Well, if we're unlucky enough, you might get the opportunity, to find out.
So, Drummond?
What were you doing, Celeste? You used my line. Have you got voices in your head as well?
Malvisanor.
Excuse me? Bless you.
She's too sober to buy off. Someone get her a breakfast beer.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry anybody, but so I had a bit of a chat with Shine. He says that things are getting a little bit ugly, and we will need to take decisive action. I know that might be foreign to this group, but
we're fucking doomed.
Apparently gods, devils, dragons, and even the chromatics are roaming about the world again.
Okay.
We knew that.
Okay, we need to go now. She's getting quite insistent, and apparently, my sister is dead, and there's a big bloody dragon. All right, so
I thought you said your sister was talking to you. How could you do that if she's dead?
the other sister.
Oh, you've got another one.
Is there any way that she can get her stay quicker? If we,
Can you hear me, stupid, annoying sister? Sorry, that's insensitive. We've just lost our other sister.
Trelador, you are alive. Trelador, listen.
Yes.
Get here as soon as you bloody well can.
How?
I don't care. People are dying. There's a
Can
bloody
you
red
help
dragon.
us get there? If you want us to save us,
No,
can you
I've had to
provide
waste
some...
all of my bloody spells talking to you fucking moron. Get here now.
Maybe you should be a bit more powerful.
There's no further response.
Has anyone heard of Malvisanor, the Ice Blood Queen? Apparently
Ringing the
that's
bell?
who's contacting me and is demanding that I stay where I am.
What?
That is a name.
Can I, check from storytelling and such?
You can certainly try.
Can I
Can I
check
check
try
them
from my
Yeah.
via learning of...
What on earth was that
Sure.
roll on?
Anybody who would like to can make a history check.
I don't know if you noticed, but I did just tell you all that my sister had died. I know we're not that close, but
Yet is
maybe.
very happy.
Natural 20.
Oh,
I
There seems to be a lot
5.
going on at the moment. We're trying to
I-
figure it out.
I have improved from my natural ones. I've got rolled a 2.
nice. Good work.
I'm rolling so
Moving on up.
badly tonight.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. I've got
Moving
17.
on up.
Elador sitting there going, fuck you all.
Yeah, pretty much.
that sounds like
I think we need to figure out things on our way. I think we need to get going there now.
Okay, so, Miet. What did you get, by the way, Florian?
Oh, I only hit 17, so
17.
probably not.
No, you've not heard of that. Miet. Yeah. Whilst this It's not a familiar name. It smacks of an ancient tales of the type of title it is. Ice Blood Queen. It's pompous, it's arrogant, it's very draconic. It's about all you get. I know you've got a natural 20 and I really want to give you more, but in this particular case I cannot.
Fair.
Get a spelling on the name. Iceblood Queen, I heard, but
Yeah.
ICA.
Now listen. Malvisonor.
I also got a natural 20. Would there be anything in the legends from
Ooh.
Giant Island?
Okay. Again, it is a... What was your total? Because no, the X was 21.
20.
You just 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of... Similar information. It is very draconic in nature. Not gem style, but definitely...
What did strike me as being... What I'm coming at is I'm specifically latching on to Shine's warning about chromatics.
Yeah, you would make that leap as it's probably a chromatic dragon.
And would I make the leap because of the sobriquet, the Ice Blood Queen, that it would be a white dragon?
Not sure you would make that leap. Not
Okay.
knowing huge amounts about the chromatics.
Cool.
Gem
probably
dragons
has
as well,
ice powers
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Safe guess.
So, obviously...
If you don't know who she is, why is she talking to you?
Have no idea. I have no real ties to anything here.
Or maybe if you put your fingers in your ear, she won't be able to hear anymore.
That is quite chromatic in nature and draconic. Bear with me a moment. Mr. Trelador, can I have your attention for a moment? He will physically pull Trelador over to one side.
Yeah, I was just about to get up and leave, but yeah. Go.
Yeah, so I will sort of just escort him over to one. Now, I know that you're not the most emotionally adept of people, or you at least don't like to do it, but I am very sorry that your sister is dead, and we will honour her properly once we've solved this issue, but we need to get there first.
I don't really know how to process any of this.
Well, I just...
So I'm not. So
That's
let's
not
get
very
going.
healthy, but probably the best thing to do for now. We will
Yes.
deal with this later, and we'll circle back. But if you need anything, Mr. Trelador, please let me know.
I need to get to Drummond.
Right, so do you want me to come and help you figure out how we're going to do that?
Oh, you're the clever people. I hear things.
Aye, aye. Right, yeah, that is very draconic in nature, that name, and it is probably a chromatic dragon, which means that we're probably in a lot of trouble.
Well, if Shan's
Celeste.
asking us for...
Can you roll a d20, please?
Yeah, here we go.
If everyone starts going, maybe
Yeah,
get a
let's get
horse and
moving.
cart. I'll catch up. I'm just gonna ask
Well, if
you
we're going to Drummond, why do we need a horse and cart for?
just to make it faster, so we can get to the river.
Faster than walking.
14.
14.
You know what? We could get a
Good to
horse
know.
and cart, and when we get to the river, we could turn the cart into a boat to go across the river.
If we need to get to Drummond quickly, then I can fly us with our 3 hours.
Oh, even better.
How far away is Drummond from us now?
It's a good few days.
About
Where are
3
you?
days, yeah, last time.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I crazy shout, but I might try and ask Reox to just.
I mean, he owes me a favour, so you know.
We could see if there are any magically inclined people who could create us a portal.
Are we going to Drummond? Because
I
I
mean,
can
we
just.
have a well.
That
We
is
can't
a very
control that.
risky proposition.
The well is not the most reliable.
We,
Oh, so you
we
can
just
use
need to
it
figure out
for
how we're getting there and get
not
there
my
as
people.
soon as possible.
So, to this
I
end,
didn't hear you there, Dan.
I said you can use it for Florian's errands, but you won't use it for my people.
I used mine stupidly, and it did not get me where I wanted to go.
I'm just going to sit back and go, Reorx, is there any chance this is really important? Can you just send us, just put us in Drummond, like, right now, please?
You owe
Just
me.
cast some divine intervention.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I help? Can I help in any way?
Yeah, it's
just,
re-
he owes
it's-
me a lot.
It's just a roll, really.
I add +1 to your.
Okay. So
No,
divine
he
intervention
owes
is
you and you're recently bereaved.
so divine intervention. If I remember rightly, is you have to roll below your current level. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your current level or below.
So, what I
Do
will
we level
do
up?
with, if Trelador wishes to assist you by chiming in that Reorx owes you a favour, or owes him a favour,
You've now got to roll less than half your level.
Yeah, sorry about that.
then what's your current level? 12? Okay. Roll the dice.
I feel like a
And
teacher
And I
is
think,
that, you know.
I think what we're going to do is I'm going to set the DC differently. It's going to be 15.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Okay.
I'm rolling it in D&D Beyond, so... Yeah, no, it's 33.
You send your plea to Reorx along with Trelador's voice chiming in. Reorx is like, well, Yorick, a little busy here. Some dragons have turned up that are not part of the Accord, so we're a little busy. But if you wait there, a wave will turn up. You'll enjoy this. Bye.
Right, so as you can tell, we're still here. So, Reox hasn't... He's very busy. You know how he is.
What?
But he did say to stay here because something's going to turn up. And I'll like
Just
it.
Malvison or
I'm wondering if he sent us a ride.
Well, hey,
I'm hoping it's some Ashoin's dragons.
do I know anything about chromatics from my era?
Yeah, absolutely. You know that they like to give themselves titles and airs and graces because they live for so long. They get bored, they swap identities, they mess around. This name is not one you've heard, though.
Do I remember any chromatic dragons that would have been ice related from my time that could still be about?
Well, I don't think you've ever met any. Make a history check.
Yeah, no. That's 7.
7. Nope, not a chance. You know nothing about dragons. So, we're going to take a little break, grab a drink, and calm our heads, because everybody seems to have got a bit... Because I don't know how that happened. We'll grab a drink. We'll be right back after these non-messages. As we say every week, there are no sponsorship messages. If you want to sponsor us, you absolutely can. If you want to give us money, then yeah, we'll take your money. We won't do anything for you, but we'll take your money. So anyway, enjoy the break. We'll be right back. And we're back! Welcome back to this calm and sedate episode of Helloran Rising. So, you are still in the inn as far as I'm aware. Florian, I think you wanted to
motioning
do
to
something
leave.
whilst the others were going to go sort out a cart or something.
Oh,
I was just going to have if they're going to sort out a car, I was just going to have a literal quick run around the town
Okay.
and see if there was any like elder magic users about. Talk to a few people just to see what there is, to see if there
Sure,
was
make
a quicker way.
make a quick investigation check.
Reox has ordered us an Uber.
It's not quite what happened, but yeah, okay.
No, only a 4.
4. No, they just sort of look at you and go, Elder magic? No, not
Yeah.
sure what you mean, mate. Yeah. A lot of them are still hungover. And
No, completely.
some of them are still drunk.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's difficult to get information out of anybody really today.
I'll before I go back, I'll just like kind of wait outside of everyone if they're not already outside by this point. But I'll just kind of look up to the sky and just have a look. Is the sun about?
so we waiting for our ride then, are we?
Make a perception check.
And we can only wait for so long.
Well, if Freeorc sent it, then we really should do.
Celeste, where are you?
I'm still sitting with everybody else going, oh dear, oh dear.
Right, okay. Cool.
12.
12. Looking up at the sky, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
No, but the sun's about, right? Yeah.
Sorry?
The sun.
Oh
The
yeah, the
actual
sun is in the sky, yeah.
So I'll look up at the sun and I'll just kind of nonchalantly this time be like, in my head, are you there again, Uncle, or are you just on hold still?
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Fuck's sake, my rolls have been shit. 3.
3. Again, you feel that swell of music and voices. We welcome your worship of Sama, Lord of all things light and life. Please tell all who you meet that the great Lord Sama, in his infinite wisdom and generosity, is providing warmth, light, and life for the whole world. May your day be full of blessings for Sama, and please worship every day, for without you the sun will not rise. That's all you get.
And I'll just put back this time. If you keep ignoring me, the sun's not going to rise at all because I won't put your voice out there.
We thank you for your worship of Sama.
Yeah, I just let it play out and yeah.
The Sama you are trying to reach is currently unavailable.
Yeah, I'll wait for everybody else either outside the inn or I'll just catch up with them if they're anywhere else.
Celeste, as everybody's talking and you're sitting in the inn, you feel a shiver run down your spine, and the room seems to darken and get cold. And the rest of you, the room is going cold. The breakfast beers suddenly have a small film of ice across the top of them,
Oh, that makes me feel like, oh, twinkle it again.
and the frost appears on the windows. And,
I'm going to... hang on, I've got a thing here, hang on. Where is it? Ah!
I'm going to go outside.
okay.
Oh no, I didn't do that, never mind. I'm going to cast Fiendish, use Fiendish Figure, just cast Pulse Life on myself, because,
Okay.
you know... A bit nervous.
As you
What?
rise,
Want to notice anything outside?
no, everything's cool.
Okay.
As you stand to walk outside, you hear that voice, but this time outside of your head. Celestine, I ask you to wait. and you see appearing in a sort of mist of ice and swirling snow blizzards, a form, a tall female half elf? No, full elf. Alabaster skin, long white hair, a silver circlet upon her head, dressed in white robes with blue edging and strange sigils down them on this sort of, it's almost like a scarf that she wears that flows, and it just sort of floats up, it just sort of waves sinuously, these tiny specks of blue light along the whole of it. You are Celeste Darwin, yes?
I am.
Your brother is Tuavel, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Then I have completed part of my job. Your brother wishes to speak with you. He is looking for you, your sister, and your mother. I owe him a favor, so I am locating you for him.
Where is he?
He is in my realm, far across the plains. We can go there now.
Can I have to help my friends with something?
She sort of looks at you, slightly puzzled.
Celeste, you
Did you-
alright out there?
No, we're in the inn. She's inside.
Oh, they're in the.
inn.
Oh, right. Oh, I thought they'd gone outside.
No. Did you not understand me? I am speaking your tongue, yes?
Yes, but
So, your brother is looking for you. We can go to him now.
I very much like to, but I have...
Excellent. Then we will go now. She starts to cast.
I'm sorry, who are you?
You dare to speak to me, mortal?
Well,
Really?
seeing as you intend
Minor
to
query.
abscond with one of my friends.
I am not absconding anywhere. This is nothing to do with you. Back away.
Excuse me. I haven't met him yet. He's a member of my caravan. You may not take her without my permission.
That's also quite true.
You
want to
are
speak
a
to them another time.
cat. You.
I am
I-
a tabaxi. You may address me as Madame Miette.
I do not wish to address you at all.
Well, you will have to if you're trying to take a member of my caravan.
Celeste Darwin.
As much as I would like to see my brother, there is a massacre
I
going
have
on in
been
Drummond, and
charged by your brother to find you, to bring you to him. He said this was a matter of life and death. This is very important that he find his sisters and his mother. And now I find you, and you do not wish to go.
It's not
What
that
was
I
the
don't
time limit on
wish
your
to
quest?
go.
What? Why are these people talking to me?
Because they are my friends.
I do not understand the concept of friends, but friends.
Clearly.
Friends. This is a white dragon,
Yes.
an ancient white dragon.
Mhm.
You can feel the power radiating off her. She has not turned her attention to you yet, but she seems to be. Make an insight check. Actually, I'll say at advantage.
Okay.
Hey, Yorick, what's going on?
Okay.
I don't know.
Who's that woman?
27 at advantage.
27.
Dang.
Yeah.
Cool.
She seems set upon finding Celeste and taking
Mhm.
her to her brother. You're not sure of her motives for doing this, but she does seem genuine. She doesn't seem as though she's going to hurt Celeste.
Okay.
Just take her to her brother.
So, Friends, obviously, he's not wearing his armor anymore. He's just wearing that sort of large, like multicolored robe that he's got with the scales sort of pinned across it. And he just lets it fall open, and you just see sort of like the white flame start to dance across his scales. And then in Draconic, he will bow, but he will let the icon of shine dangle, and he will say, Lady Melvis and all, I am an emissary of shine. Now the lady here is my friend, and I understand that her brother wishes her presence. However, we have more pressing concerns in Drummond, where we are required to help stop the death and massacre.
So, you are you are a dragon slave. Okay, good. Right. This I can deal with. So, you are a slave to a dragon, probably powerful, probably interesting. However, Drummond, what is Drummond? I don't know what this is. Doesn't matter. It's not important. I have come to this plane in search of Celeste Daoin, because she is lost to her brother, to whom I owe a favor. A life debt. So, I ask again, Celeste Daoin, will you come with me to your brother? It is a very simple question. I shouldn't even have to ask.
If it were any other time, I would immediately say yes, but...
Any other time. Time. That's all these people talk about. Right. So, I am bound to take you, but if you come willingly, how can I make you come without harming you? And she can see she's struggling. She wants to just grab you and go, but something is stopping her from doing so. You get the feeling she could, if she wanted to, or if she was allowed to, but something is stopping her.
Yeah. There was a very specific reason why Friends used a form of a dress which he knows works, and sort of playing into her delusion of grandeur and her being the most powerful person in the room, because he knows she could wipe us out.
Yeah. So, what is it?
Since Drummond is safe, I will come with you.
Who is Drummond?
It is a city where the elves come from.
A city?
Here. Some sorts.
And what is the great thing that has befallen this city of the elves?
A dragon has woken up.
The dragon has woken up. Interesting. Who is this dragon, that I may know them?
So Friends will think for a moment, and then in his most sort of... In the common tongue, she would be known as Lunaria, but I think that in ancient Draconic, she might be more along the lines of, and he would just read it off as best he can.
Yeah. Ah, I see. Gem dragons are here. Well, that could be an interesting snack. In Moonstone, I have not tasted for a long time. Very well, we will save this city from this dragon, this evil that has cursed your lands. Then you will come with me to your brother, and I will have discharged my life debt. It is agreed, yes? Yes? Good. Excellent.
Yes.
So, where is the city? Where is the dragon?
To the northwest of here.
Northwest. Okay, how far is it away?
If we were travelling by foot, we would see what would you say, 5-6 days?
Probably closer
A
to a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Right. If we were travelling by foot, probably about 2 weeks.
You creatures move so slowly. Right. Okay, does anybody have such a thing as a, I don't know, map?
He just points at Florian.
Florian's not inside.
Florian's not
Florian is
here yet.
waiting outside. He's just in the city.
You have seen the glass frost over of the windows.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
I'll walk in. Roughly at the time.
Yeah.
Hey, has
Does
anyone got a map?
anyone have a map? You
Sorry,
creatures
just
are so
pointing at him.
unorganized. Ah, you!
You
Are
have
you a
no
dragon
idea.
slave as well?
Me, I'm not, but I heard somebody say map.
Yes. I would
Not
like
an
a
exact
map,
one.
please. No.
And I get my spare parchment out, cartographer's tools, but hurriedly. And by the look of this and how the situation's going on, he is a little bit fumbly.
Okay.
And basically just on this blank piece of parchment goes circle D for Drummond. We're here, and then kind of will, from what he remembers of being to Drummond before Midwoods, everything where they've walked, kind of trace out the rivers and like kind of where they went, and we'll then go sort of like, and I think it's around about here is where.
Right. Okay. Does anyone have anything from the city of Drummond?
We have
Suspicious look towards Trelador.
She looks across at Trelador. You are from this city, yes?
Reluctantly, but yes.
Why do you people have to confuse with words? Yes or no is very simple.
Yes.
Good. At last, somebody who speaks properly. So, come here. Elf.
Come on, Mr. Trelador, we need to get there, so get a move on.
Yes, what do you want?
She sort of places a hand on your shoulder. And she's just a little bit taller than you. Looks at you, and as she puts her hand on this, cold runs through your shoulder. It's almost like your veins are turning to ice. She closes her eyes for a second. Right, okay, I have the location. Who is going? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. She starts to sort of spin, and ice flings out from her. It's like you're all engulfed in a blizzard. Things get very, very cold. You each take 6 points of cold damage,
This is so righteous.
and you are enveloped in it's like a whiteout, a complete blizzard in front of you. You can't see anybody, you can't hear anyone. It's just white and cold until you your vision starts to come back as the ice flurry fades, and you are surrounded by what can only be described as devastation. There are upended trees everywhere. There are the buildings that were in the top of the trees, carved out of the trees, are smashed and on the floor. There are bodies lying around, elven bodies. You, Trelador, you recognise this a little bit, not much. It takes you a while to realise this is your old home in the forest. Not in the city of Drummond, but in the forest near the city. So, where is this dragon, that we may slay her and free your people?
Florian's immediately breaks company and just starts moving from body to body to body to body.
I'll just be
And
standing there, just
Assist
looking.
with that. I'll see if there's anybody still alive or anything like that.
Okay,
Sorry, can I just get a bit of clarification here as well?
sure.
So I know you said that Drummond's been upended and then that we talked about it potentially being Lunaria. But did you not say that there was a red dragon there? Have I just completely misput something about all this talk about dragons and that?
We didn't get a
Don't-
clear picture of what was causing devastation.
Believe
I don't think it's Lunaria.
I have not said today, certainly, anything about a red dragon.
You're expanding off of Shine saying that there's chromatics about, and Predator's sister saying that the entire forest is in chaos. It's
And
not
there's
guaranteed to be a dragon, but it.
well, she did say there was a bloody great dragon.
Yes.
Oh, there is a dragon there, but we don't know what dragon it is.
Yeah, okay, cool. I just put in. Sorry, it was just me
But we
clarifying
do
because I
know-
envisaged Lunaria and then this other bloody great dragon being somebody completely different type thing.
We don't know what dragon it is, but we do know that Lunaria was asleep under Drummond. Under
Yeah.
the forest.
And the forest was uprooted.
Yes.
Also, fun
Thank
fact: I've been referring to Malvezinor in my notes as Icy Bitch.
Accurate.
Fair. She'd probably take that as one of her titles.
I will just stand there looking for a bit, and then I will just see if there's anyone I recognise. Mainly,
Okay.
sister.
Make a perception check. Anybody else that's checking for living beings that can make a perception or investigation, your choice.
10.
10,
20.
A bit shell shocked.
20,
Yeah, 20 perception.
20,
22 perception.
22.
If rolling takes a while, it's laggy.
So,
32.
32. Okay. So, anybody that gets over a 20, and Celeste will come to you in a moment, will see that most of these bodies here are deceased. They either got crushed by falling trees, or sharpened pieces of wood have fallen, injured, and killed them. There appear to be voices beyond the trees, a bit further away. You would say probably about 20 minutes away. You could just hear sort of echoes of, can't actually hear conversation, but there are words and things being shouted far off in the distance. Celeste, as you're looking around for injured people, the people here are mostly dead. In fact, they're all dead. But you can feel the forest reaching out to you. You can feel the presence of the forest, injured, but not yet dead. Craving to be touched by a healing hand. What would you like to do?
I will immediately crouch down into the earth and put my hands on it and see if I can feel what it is it needs.
Okay.
If
I
it's
start punching her hand.
Excellent. Good work. Roll, make an attack roll. No, I'm kidding. So, you put your hands on the ground and you can close your eyes. You can feel the forest injured. You can feel. Make me an insight check.
I'm insight checking the forest.
Oh,
Are
you
you proud of me,
surpassed
Fiddy?
You surpassed me. A forest. Wow.
You did the universe before, so
Yeah.
Good point.
$23.
23. You sit and you have your eyes closed, your feelings and thoughts going down into the ground, deep underground, and you get a flash of memory. The ground trembles, the trees start to shake. You can look around, the forest is whole again for this vision. The ground trembles. It explodes, erupts, there are screams, elves falling out of trees, being crushed. An enormous dragon, silvery white, explodes out of the ground and soars up into the sky. the forest. Damaged, injured, hurting, reaches out for the elves to help it. They've always took care of it before, but the elves cannot help. The elves are not moving. The forest doesn't understand why the elves are not moving. The elves always move. They're very quick little things. They're supposed to help. And now it's found you. It wants you to help. You snap back to yourself and look around at the devastation once more. The feeling of loss is almost overwhelming. The forest is sad that all of the elves and other creatures have died. The forest didn't do this on purpose. The dragon that lived under the forest exploded out from it without warning.
Does it feel like my healing would help, or would it need something a bit more different than that?
You can certainly try.
Okay. Okay. I will use my only 6th level spell and cast heal.
Okay.
Directly into the forest.
Okay. And that is for how much?
70.
70. Okay. As you cast that spell into the ground, Malvisanor steps past you. Elves. They're stupid trees. So, you get the feeling the forest is grateful and thankful. It's still injured, and it will take more than that to heal it completely, but it is reassured the elves are still caring about the forest. Trelador, you also feel this pain from the forest, and this sense of loss and sadness. Then there is movement. Some elves are running towards you. Kalinsa is one of them. There's a couple of others behind her, and she runs and literally launches herself at you and hugs you in tears.
I'll go back.
She's Trelador, you came. Oh, I don't know what to do. Everybody is.
Calm down. It's
dead,
okay.
But it's not okay.
We will sort it out.
It's not
we will
okay.
sort it out together. Where's Magnus?
Magnus is dead.
Yeah, I know she's dead, but where is she?
She's on the outskirts of the city, and she points to where the shouting is coming from. Mother is there as well. She's not being helpful.
Yes, elaborate on that.
She's just yelling at people to fix the trees. She never should have been forest warden. She doesn't understand the forest.
Well, we all know she's power hungry.
Exactly, but she doesn't have any power. She's just yelling at people, and people need leadership. They don't. It's.
Luckily, we're here to lead, aren't we?
Yes. Well, I don't. Nobody listens to me.
I listen to you.
Well, yes, you're younger than me. Everybody else is older than us.
Where's the dragon?
Flew up into the sky as it erupted from the ground. White
Did
and
it?
silvery.
Excellent. I will hunt it down and kill it. Then we may leave.
Maybe not
killing the dragon.
This enormous white dragon, bone white, explodes out of Malvanis's elven form, shoots off into the sky.
Maldicenor.
So,
She
what
gone.
do you want? What do you want us to
She's
do?
gone. Well, we need to get somebody in charge.
Just stop a second and breathe. You've got this. You were always the smart one.
But okay, if you're here, maybe can you help me with? Let's get Mother out of being in charge. We have to. We have to.
You know, uprooting her.
Yeah,
I could do that.
excellent. Let's do that, and then we can get somebody to help people.
I'm all about helping people.
I know. That's why I called you. Why didn't you answer? By the way, I was very insistent.
I don't know how that works. I just thought, well,
Look,
you know,
you've done
it's
it
not my strong
before.
point.
I talk to you in your head, you talk back. That's how it works. It's very simple.
To be honest with you, I was having a conversation with my acquaintances here, and they were all talking,
Trillador, you
and
have
I
friends.
just zone it out, and I just obviously zoned you out as well.
Trillador, you have friends.
No, I
Really?
didn't say that.
That's amazing. Main. Oh. She would have been so pleased.
Yeah, she would have.
You said that people need help.
Yes. This way, this way, this way. We have to go.
Do you know if Morleneth and Reltan are alive? They were the healers I trained, and they were
Relta? Yes, I've seen Relta. I haven't seen
right.
anyone else.
Okay. Right. Point me to Reltan. I will find them, and we will set up an aid station.
It's this way, this way. I'm trying to set up a sort of help centre, but Mother keeps yelling at people to go and fix the trees.
Well, I tell you what. You and Trillador can sort your mum out. I will take over and set up the triage station, and then we will start a conveyor belt of helping people. Okay? Does that sound good?
Excellent. Yes, brilliant. Let's do this. And she starts to walk off back to where the shouting is coming from.
I will follow her, make sure she's okay.
Yeah, Friends is basically sort of like annoyed.
Celeste, I think you should go with Trellador and assist.
I'm also going to follow Trellador.
Okay.
DM.
Yeah.
From another out of the group question, Lunaria, from what we know of, anything, has always erred on the side of good.
No clue.
Or nothing.
Don't really. I mean, the person that would know most, well, would know anything about Moonstone Dragon would be Ferenz. He would know that they are generally peaceful, good creatures.
I vaguely recall when we were in Daghold and we asked Delama about how to get the Sapphire to chill the fuck out, and she suggested that we go find Lunaria and awaken her from underneath Drummond. I think it was Delama that told us about her.
Well, we also asked Della if she'd go and check in and make sure that Lunaria doesn't cause havoc, but I think that other things happened in the meantime.
Dell's been busy in Daghold looking after the Dragon Eggs.
As we're walking over to where all this is going on, I'm just going to keep casting Druidcraft to try and encourage growth in the forest to see if that helps as well.
Yes, it does. There are, as you cast Druidcraft to sort of encourage things to grow back, you can see the forest responding. I mean, trees are not just like immediately standing upright, but new growth is appearing in the wreckage of the trees.
As I see that, I'm just sort of gonna look at my hand and touch the floor and cast Mending and see if that helps.
I mean, weirdly, yeah, some sort of some of the broken bits of earth to try and sort of knit back together as you cast it. So it's not, you're just it's basically just like a kid just pushing earth together. You're just making mud pies, but you know, it's
Mostly the forest is very confused because that's not an elf.
Can I do some?
That's a very hairy elf.
Small.
Can I do some dope monk shit? Can I basically? I just want to run up a trees, if I need to, and get to the top of the canopy just so I can see
Right.
what is
Okay.
going on.
Maybe
with these two
I haven't described the devastation quite yet as well as I could have done. The trees are all currently lying about in various states of disrepair on the floor.
No trees.
There are
left
no
whatsoever.
trees standing. You can see they're all sort of fallen on top of each other.
Yeah.
So some of them are really, really wide, so you could like scamper up one of those. But there are no upright trees here, as far as you can see. It's just felled trees in every direction.
Can I see if there
like
are
a group
two?
of us. Sorry.
Can I see if there are two dragons in the sky then, as we've just seen one
Make
fly
a
up?
quick perception check.
Basically, us after we've devastated the area in Valheim.
Yeah.
18.
18. You look up, you can see vague white speck you think is Malvisanor arcing around the sky, plainly hunting, looking for something, but you don't see another one.
Okay.
Sorry.
As we're walking, can I just say to Kalinsa, did you see it?
Yes. The dragon it was like an earthquake. The whole thing. It just exploded, literally exploded out of the ground. Trees were flung everywhere, even the big ones.
The forest showed it to me.
As you can see, there is nothing left.
And yes, did you see it specifically? You
The
see
dragon?
her die? No.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. She was arguing with Mother, of course.
Nothing changes there then.
And a tree root, a branch, it was really horrible. Just straight through. It missed Mother's.
It's fine. You don't need to.
It came straight through her chest, and just. It was.
I'll just pull her in for a hug.
Yeah, she's just bawling her eyes out again.
I'm so sorry.
And as you're walking further and further, you could. Now, listen. All you have to do is just fix the bloody trees, you idiots. If we get the trees fixed, then everything will be all right again, and I'll have my power base back. You don't seem to understand. You can hear the forest warden getting a little irate.
I'll say to Kalinsa, we've got this. You take the lead. You're always better at dealing with her, but I'm with you.
Okay, we can do this.
As am I.
We can do this. Okay, sorry, messages. So, as you approach, you can see she spins as she hears you approaching. Ah, Glissa, where have you been? You need to get these people organised. Use your magic to fix the forest. It's quite simple.
Oh, I'm here too. Go Babby
Oh,
that
well,
one.
what use are you? You chop things down. Useless boy.
Nothing changes, does it?
Look. Oh, and you've brought your little friends with you. Excellent. Now,
They're not
they
my
can fix
friends.
the forest too. You, elf, you can fix the forest. Fix it now.
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? What is wrong with you? Can you not see? Open your eyes, Trelador. The forest is damaged.
Just fix the trees. It
Well, of
needs
course
to
you can.
heal, and healing takes time, but it requires power from everybody.
Well, get on with it
You've
then.
got to give up some of your power.
Listen. You seem to be under the
You're the
misapprehension.
warden
that
here. You're the one
you're-
who should be looking after
Exactly.
this place.
I'm in charge, not you. So you don't get to tell me what to do. Okay?
So was this your fault? Were you messing in things that you shouldn't do as usual?
What? Of course not. How would it be my
Insight
fault?
check. Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Am I allowed to join in on
Can I
that?
get in
I'm
on
not
that
good
as
at
well?
these.
Sure, you can all make insight checks if you wish.
Can I have advantage because she's a bitch?
Absolutely, you can have advantage because Kalissa is standing right beside you.
Natural 20.
That's what I meant.
Oh, while they're doing that, so Forenza knows that when a dragon sleeps somewhere, they basically become in tune with the place where they are. So realistically, if this lady was the warden of the forest, she would have known that, or should have known that Lunaria was there, or at least known that something was there.
Yep.
And the fact that she didn't and couldn't communicate with Lunaria to tell her to be careful, would Ferenz then extrapolate that she's at fault for this devastation?
Well, let's do our insight checks first, because that's kind of an insight checky type of thing as well. So if you want to roll an insight check, that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so Trellador, what
I
did you
got
get?
a 9 with
A
advantage.
9.
It's not my strong point.
Your mother is being the most your mother she can possibly be at this time of people in need. Even you can see people need help, and she's not giving it. She's worried about her power base and how this is going to look.
I don't know where I get it from.
She's worried about how this is going to look to other powerful elves on the council, city, especially your father.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to bother her that he's missing, just that she doesn't look bad in front of him.
Okay. But I don't ascertain whether she's responsible.
Oh, no idea. You just get in the whole
Yeah.
mummy done bad again thing.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
who else was doing? Yeah, okay. So let's do Celeste. What did you get?
18.
18. And Florian?
27. Natural
27.
20.
Wow. Natural 20, 27. And Ferenz?
You could read the mother-in-law.
25.
25. Okay. Celeste, you're getting this wave after wave of this arrogant elf who has no connection to this forest. Who is just... You think it's probably her fault? But again, she's not interested in whose fault it was. She wants it fixed, so she wants her power base back. She needs to look good in front of the other elves. She
Do your
has
worst,
to
Celeste.
keep the power. So, Ferenz, you surmise exactly your thoughts earlier. This woman was not in touch with the forest, did not have any communication with Lunaria at all. So Lunaria, the forest tries to form a bond with the warden. The warden didn't care. So Lunaria thought, well, if the warden doesn't care about the forest, it means she doesn't want the forest anymore.
Yeah.
Therefore, boom. So, Florian, with the highest roll, the natural 20, you get all of this.
Yeah.
You also get that she's clever enough. She knows she's at fault, but she's trying to cover it up, because if she admits that even to herself, then she loses everything. So there's no way she's going to admit that.
With
So
that,
different from me.
Yeah, absolutely.
with that, can I look at Trellador and just get his gaze, if he will?
Wow.
No, you idiot. And we'll just look at you, kind of, with a cocked head, and be like, "Can I?"
I will look exasperated. I've got into that sort of being told off by your mum mode, and I just,
Yeah, you can see Florian. You can see that Trellador is incredibly angry, but more importantly, Kalinsa beside him is trembling with rage.
Yeah. Well, that's how I'll just I can't do anything, but I'll just put my hand on Linz's back just so.
Yeah, and specifically whilst looking at you and catching your glaze, Florian's asking sort of like, can I?
Feel free.
And I'm just gonna walk straight up to his mother,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna punch her. I don't want to cause much damage, but I also want to use stunning strike as well.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Page.
This is the first time meeting your mother-in-law as well, so it's good first impression.
Yeah. So 26 to hit.
That definitely hits.
First one. I don't want to do a lot of damage, so can I just use like an unarmed strike?
Yeah, you tell me what you want
rolling.
to do. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you kill my mother.
No. Yeah. Basically, I don't want to cause damage. I just want to basically stun her, so
Shut her up.
like
Yeah,
she's
okay.
just out of the picture and just not there.
Okay.
So then has to make a con saving throw. I need to get my things back.
What's the DC?
I'm now looking. Sorry.
6.
DC will be 17.
That'd be a 14, so she fails.
She is done.
So you watch, everybody watches as Florian just sort of walks up and just goes poof, and she falls silent.
I'll look over at Florian and just go.
And then in the brief time that I would have, would basically just rip a bit off my shirt and basically just gag her, just to be quiet, and because I know the stun's going to run out.
Yeah.
And we'll just be like, just stand next to her, basically.
Right.
I'll do the posh applause in the background.
Nice.
Spencer.
Right, yes, of course.
Control.
Yes, right. Okay, so, you see, Callista's right. Okay, so, friends, could you, liaise with you see your, I can't remember the name now, sorry.
Reltan.
Reltan is already tending to people.
Yeah.
If you could work with Reltan and get a sort of triage area set up, that would be great. And she starts to organise people to go and start tending to the forest itself and tending to search parties for people.
For a second, you just see sort of Forensi's head snap around, and he's got that sort of dragon, you're my prey look, and he's absolutely trembling. But then her words get through, and you just see the fire just go out, and he moves across and starts the triage.
Cool. So Galinda looks back at you, trying to go, he's quite scary sometimes, right? The tall one?
He's scary, but
yeah.
He's both furry and scaly.
So, okay. So, we need an elder. We need, Celeste. I hesitate to ask, I know you didn't want it last time, but could you temporarily, perhaps, talk to the forest and reassure it that we're here and back, and because none of us here are old enough. The elders were all in the city, apart from Mother, who doesn't really, well...
Your mother has no connection to this forest.
Well, quite. So,
as soon as I got here, I could feel it calling to me.
Would you just talk to it and reassure it that we're doing as much as we can, and as soon as we can able, we will use magics to regrow and start afresh and grow the forest.
See, you can lead.
Well, no, well, only because you're here.
Belinda, if I may,
Uh,
and I hold out my hand to her.
She takes your hand.
With me.
Okay. Trelador, is this what? Trelador?
You can do it.
Okay.
You know, this isn't really my area, so you're always much better, so... You know how much it pains me to say that?
Carissa flicks you a look of like, later.
Yeah.
We will talk.
Yeah.
I will try and help her connect to the forest
Okay.
and feel it and sort of make that
Okay.
contact.
Make a nature check for me. You can have it at an advantage.
Yeah.
With all of this going on, I don't let
22.
the mother
22.
move.
Okay. So we'll get to that in a second. So 22, you again kneel down, put your hands on the forest floor with Kalinsa's hand in yours, and she puts her staff down and does the same. And again, you feel the essence of the forest seep into you, and you can feel it seeping into Kalinsa as well. And she just and the pair of you are sort of drawn into the forest, into the floor, and you can feel the vibrancy of the life, the ferns, the grasses, the flowers, the plants not killed by the devastation of the dragon leaving the earth are growing more vigorously than they should. Rather than they would normally, because the forest is pumping all of its lifeblood that was in the trees into these growth. So the forest floor is almost pulsing with life.
I'm going to continue throwing out as much druid craft as I can to try and bring out more.
Cool. Florian. She comes out of the stun, just sort of gags, goes to rip the gag out of her mouth.
Yeah, the quarterstaff is there, just literally like a sorry, Debbie, but like a bad cat when you're like tapping the nose, but it's basically going to be the hands, and the quarterstaff is just going to be like.
She's getting enraged, and you recognise the signs of when Trenador goes into a rage. You can see that light behind her eyes as she starts to get into that rage-filled whirlwind.
Ooh, okay. I go to hit her again then.
Okay.
Stunning strike, as always.
Okay. Ooh, she.
Wow. 30 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll your damage.
Yeah, and seeing this, I will roll the damage as well. Sorry, I'm flipping between two different bars to get.
Her face caves in.
Only 5 dice, there you go. So that is 12 points of damage, and obviously another con save as well.
Well, the con save, she rolled a 16 on the die, so yeah, she's going to succeed, and she's going to strike at you with 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. She does.
Well, it's safe to say that Finny woke up this morning and chose violence.
8 points of bludgeoning damage as she smashes you on the side of the face.
I'm going to use a paladin ability because I am a paladin, honest. I'm going to cast command at 2nd level, and I'm just going to say stop.
And it's a wisdom save?
Let me read it. I think so. Yes.
Wisdom save.
But I am shit caster, so
yes,
it's going to be.
But she is not that wise, and she rolled a 2 on the dice. So what's the DC?
Oh, 11.
Yeah, she fails.
Would I have noticed any of this commotion?
Possibly, but you are quite busy triaging unwell and injured folk.
Yorick, why is he going around punching people all the time?
Knew this was coming.
He punched the rest, then he punched you. Now he's punching that old lady.
He's just a very violent person.
Yes.
I don't think he knows quite how to control himself.
Must be all that devil in him.
I think you got it in one.
So, sorry, what was the command again?
Well,
Stop.
yeah, I was just stop. So, and then I'll try and take any weapons she's got on her and just
Yeah, and I'll rope out, bound to hands.
Okay. So,
Bound to hands and feet, actually.
bound hands and feet. She is gagged. She has a sword on her. And a couple
you
of
have to be
daggers.
quick because it's only one round. So,
Yeah. I'll say that's easy enough to do. You're disarming her. She's Florian is tying her up. So yeah, you now have her under control-ish. She's still incandescent with rage.
Yeah.
good.
So with Trelador's mother contained, his sister being assisted to heal the forest by Celeste, the
Well,
dwarves
I'm
looking on
also
in
trying to
amazement,
trying to help her make a connection to the
Yeah.
forest.
which
as
is
well.
which is going very well currently. Ferenz is assisting his friend, setting up a triage, helping injured people. The dwarves are sort of looking on in amazement.
Well, I'd be helping friends.
Okay.
Me too. I'm casting cure wounds on people.
Okay,
To be
cool.
fair,
I'm
Forensic,
not a proper healer.
Awesome.
in fairness, obviously you guys wouldn't have seen Forenz like this. He is absolutely more businesslike than you've ever seen him. Sort of, he's delegating most of it to Reltan, so all of the serious cases are coming to him. But there's that edge of rage still there.
Nicely. Melissa, what are you up to?
I'm wondering if Melissa's probably being a little bit overwhelmed right at the moment because there's a lot of death here.
There is a lot of death.
So I'm just kind of
Make a perception check.
see if I can roll higher than 2.
Remora's going, Cooey!
I was thinking it's just this explosion and just mass death going on, and suddenly Melissa turns up with scythe.
I mean,
Melissa explains it all.
5. Sorry, perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've rolled higher than a 2. 19.
19. As you're sort of watching Trelador and Florian dealing with Trelador's mother, you catch out the corner of your eye, and then it's all you can see is Remora is everywhere, leading spirits, chatting to them, encouraging them in her softly spoken way and leading them off. But there's like loads of different versions of her talking to all these spirits. You're not sure which one's real, if any of them are real.
Are any of the spirits not being attended to by her? Or does it look like she
No,
has the
she
situation
has
under control?
all of them under control, and one of them, as this spirit disappears into nothingness, looks back at you and nods, and smiles, and you feel it's a sad event, but you know that the spirits of the dead are being comforted and led to where they want to be. Yet, what are you up to?
Nothing at the moment because I was thinking about in case I had to pull rank on Trelador's mother to get things working that way, but it seems like the husband had it all under control, so not sure at the moment. And spare careful.
Fair enough. In 1 second. Lily! Good girl.
Lily is picking up a stink.
Yeah. Jay was banging on the ceiling. So Lily went, "Oh, Jay's coming down."
I was just like rolling my dice in my dice box.
Yeah, she thought you were going down. Anyway, with this situation now seemingly in hand, we'll leave it there for tonight. Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's always nice to see new access to me.
Yeah. So many places to go, so many things to do.
I never
So
thought we'd go back to the forest though.
Actions have consequences.
I'm disappointed we didn't get to go do our trading business.
Yeah, I want to go the trading route up and make some money and open an inn.
Oh, you want to become an NPC? Oh, okay.
There's plenty of real estate in
Yeah.
Drummond if you want to set up a shop here.
Become an
Absolutely.
NPC. That went really well with the last player character that did that.
It's going okay so far. What's the problem?
I mean, technically, from his point of view,
Yeah.
it's going swimmingly.
It's going brilliantly. He's got a whole
Good.
cult. Come on.
Yeah.
He's the leader of a religion. A major religion.
Can move us about now a bit more because I can transport us via plants. So if there's any plant life, I can move us between.
There's no plant life here. It's
You
all
do
been
that
killed.
to get us to Drummond.
I forgot about it at the time.
I was wondering, I'm like, well, you've got a bloody druid.
I just love the thought of, hello mother, it's been a long time. Here's my, it's complicated.
Here's why it's complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, he's punched her in the face. Oh dear.
It's even more complicated now.
I asked for permission. I was kind of like, I wasn't
did.
just going to do it. It was like, I can
Can
see.
I punch my potential mother-in-law? Of
I was
course.
like, can I please?
Hello, please, please, please. So you were quite excited about it, to be fair.
Do you know what? I have never felt more
Justified?
vindicated and justified in like a hit of like this arrogant, not connected to the forest, only cares about themselves like 100%, and then all of a sudden it's just shut up, and then just seeing Trellador and his sister kind of like flourish in right. Trellador's there being the backup, and his sister is like, right, okay, this is what I do. Boom, 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 boom.
That's
Oh,
a hell
yes.
of a lot more charitable than what I was than what Friends was thinking, which is essentially create a triangle with wall of fire and just encase it and just let her burn.
Well,
I mean,
we'll
Celeste was
reserve
equally
that as an
punching
option.
her, so you know.
Cool. So, yeah, that was really good fun. I really enjoyed that. Some of your faces when messages started happening and things started going to shit were absolutely phenomenal. Always fun when that happens.
Then you
Yeah,
realise
so
eventually, 5 minutes later.
I think Trellador actually being nice to his sister was just lovely. Really enjoyed that.
No, you didn't see anything.
Well,
Yay.
pathetic growth.
It's not character growth. It's yeah.
It's
It is.
Trellador.
It is,
Needs
it is
must.
character growth. I'm sure they'll be back at each other's throats as soon as the crisis has passed.
And it only took the destruction of my homeland, the murder of my sister, and the disappearance of my father.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds about right.
That's about right.
So, as someone said earlier, a normal Tuesday for you guys.
Yeah, it won't last.
Cool. So, conspiracy beard corner.
Yeah. Which one of those many of things is what we woke up from Remora's hourglass?
Indeed.
What the fuck has Celeste's brother done to
Yeah,
the favour of an ancient white dragon?
that's
Indeed.
the question I wanted to ask.
If you went with him, you would have found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I want to get back to my family. Here you go. Oh, I don't want to get back to my family. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but like
Texas was in the middle of.
on that note, if we play our cards right, because this is what I was trying to get at and she was ignoring me. The dragon is obliged to find Celeste, which it's done, and bring her back to her brother, which it hasn't done yet. But what's the timeline on that? And depending on the timeline, it's like, oh no, Drummond needs Celeste, she's the new elder. We just have to stay here for a while. We're going to go over to this city. No, it doesn't mean we're done in Drummond. You're just going to have to accompany us as an ancient white dragon who's a cranky bitch and help us out. Oh, hey, there's this guy over here we need to kill.
I don't mean to be the party pooper, but I think the deal that was struck that is once Drummond is safe,
Yeah.
Celeste will go.
Hence, I said if we had played our cards right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I mean, why are we going to be crossing realm borders to the realm of ice? Because her specific words were, "He is in my realm."
And she's only charged with taking Celeste there.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
no, she said she was to
Celeste's
retrieve
brother-
all of his family.
Yeah, no, that's not what she said. She's been
Bang.
charged with finding Celeste
Yep.
and bringing her back to her brother. Now, her brother is looking for both his sisters and his mother, and has charged this white dragon to find Celeste and bring her back.
I mean, we could manipulate the situation and say, "Well, you found Celeste. You know where she is. Go find the mum and the sister."
You could certainly try that.
Hey, if all else fails, I'll call Sharon for help.
Again, you could certainly try.
In keeping with Miette's suicidal tendencies, she's treating this whole situation as like a cat with a wasp nest. It's going to end badly, but you gotta battle.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not being funny, but isn't whacking wasps' nests exactly what this party's good at?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ain't my strengths.
I mean, to be fair, like we get a carrot dangled in front of us, and we're like, "Nah, we don't trust that. That's a spy." We get a wasp's nest dangled in front of us.
Wow.
Yep,
To be fair, it all started with the soup in one of our first campaigns. So
it
Oh
did.
god,
yeah.
that's soup.
Soup. Oh
yeah,
my
we've
god.
never trusted anything since the soup.
No.
And I was so upset because I got a natural 20, but it didn't count.
It's not that it didn't count, it's just that nat 20s on ability checks are not really a thing. It was the total we needed, so...
It's like, you know that t-shirt you can get about, like, you know, I'm a bomb technician, if you see me running, try to keep up.
Uh-huh.
It's like, at least what the party has going for it is if we see one character pelting past that speed, looking scared, it's very much a face them to ask the questions of what just happened.
Yeah.
Or what happened this time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good point.
What
that's
did the dwarves touch this time?
yeah.
It's not always the dwarves.
That is true. It's not always a
Sometimes it's
dwarf.
Fiddy with the well.
Yeah.
Just 9 out
Sometimes
of
it's
10
Florian.
times it's the dwarves.
Yeah, just 80% of the time it's the dwarfs.
Sometimes
Thank
it's
you.
Florian. Sometimes it's Trelador. You know.
80% of the time, all the time.
I can honestly say that no dwarves in this party have ever punched the mother of another member of the party.
This is very true.
Very true.
Again, quite a low bar, but yeah.
Nice way to bring up that some of us have dead mothers. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and some mothers were...
All right, don't trauma dump on it.
Hey, my sister's just died. Can we stop?
The dwarves don't punch people's mums; they just headbutt doors.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
It's-
the dwarves have dwarven mums. There's no way you're going to punch one of them.
They're a bit more harder than.
Ridiculous.
No, in fairness, get really drunk and suggest a fist fight, and it could be a bonding experience.
Oh yeah, if it's just a drunken fight, then fine.
To be fair, if you tried to punch Gus's mum, you'd break your fist.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's just part of the bonding.
The other fist. Florian.
But because she's given us hospitality, if anybody hurt Miss Dibble, then like friends would be contractually obligated to set them on fire.
Fair.
Hey, feel lucky that you can punch your mums, those of what are alive. Mine's a fucking god.
So therefore, easy to punch.
She's everywhere. She
target.
can punch
It
everything.
means we can punch her more often.
Does that mean when Amash and Paladas got into a fist fight, it was a rather steamy affair?
It was a monster mash.
Awesome. So, anyway, we will wrap it up there. Thank you very much for playing. You're all awesome. That was really good fun. Thank you for watching. If you were watching, fucking brilliant. We love you. If you loved it, great. You're fantastic. If you didn't like it, however, well, off you fuck.